Okay, so welcome to the Sunday edition of Consciously Positive program, and we are all here gathered today to another edition of the Consciously Positive program. This is the only platform that is called Consciously Positive, which is everyday broadcast. No other broadcast, no other platform is actually giving these kind of value additions for you that the way Maven platform is giving to you. So today's topic that we're going to talk about is very interesting, and it's all about awakening human potential. Not that is something that you don't know, not that something that you're not aware of that, but it's a kind of reminder for all of us to understand what exactly is the human potential and how are we going to unleash it. And today we're going to get a few glimpses of that, and this is a very broad topic. I will try to put it at the lens of the depth, and we can talk about how we can unleash the human potential. But it's all about unleashing. It's not about anything else. It's all about awakening. Now, let me share a story with you. There was a very famous Greek sculpturist in the ancient times, and was known to be so precise person, so precious that and that he put everything in this in his sculpture. He used to put life in the sculpture. That was the famous sculptures was known for. And the king in that in his territory went ahead and wanted to meet this famous sculpturist. And when he went ahead and he talked to this famous sculpturist and he said, "Would you do my sculpture also?" And he's readily agreed, "Yes, I can do your sculpture as well." So after about few days, the sculpture was ready, and the king was very surprised and he was very happy to see his sculpture. It was full of life, full of himself. And he asked him, "What did you do? What did you actually put in this sculpture that is making this sculpture so lively?" And his answer was very simple. He said, "I did not do anything in the sculpture. I did not do anything in the stone. I did not added anything in the stone. All I did was all I did was removed unwanted pieces from that stone." So the point I'm trying to make is that what the sculpturist said to the king is, "You were already in that stone. All I did was took out the unwanted pieces from that stone." Now, this is something which is a very ancient story, which is a very famous story that you all have been knowing about. And the more important part is that we all have hidden potential within us. We don't have to add or subtract or edit or update. All we have to do is just take out unwanted. But how to identify that? That's the key challenge. What exactly is the way to identify? Today, I'm going to talk about that. I also have some kind of experience with you in next few minutes that I want to talk about. Now, the greatest tragedy of human beings is not death. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the greatest tragedy is not death. Greatest tragedy is a life lived far below its potential. We all are uh, beings with full of potential, but are we living that potential is the key question. And it is not about limited by our capability. We all are capable. We all are good enough. But we are limited by our belief system, our fears, our programming that we have been taught to play small, to play secure, to play easy, to play in the comfort zones. And that is why the opportunities never shows up for us. But when we take out intention. This is the intention for the dates, the intention for the week. This is the intention for my life. We see the possibilities that comes our way. Now you must have also heard about the story of the elephant, about the limiting beliefs. I'm not going to repeat it, but the small elephant baby was tied with a rope, and he tried his level best to uh, to get out from that rope, but he could not do it. And when the elephant went grew up, he was more powerful than any rope or any house for that matter. But because his mind, because the elephant's mind was programmed that the rope is tying the person up, that is the reason why we are not able to play. So that is the reason that elephant, despite of his capabilities, despite of his potential, despite of the power that he has, he could not break from that rope, right? So even potential is not something to be added. It is not something to be it is actually something to be uncovered. It's already exists with every person. It's just buried into the layers of doubt, fear, and conformity. Now, this elephant story also reminds us, you know, about if that is the potential that we are talking about. Why is that we are not able to see that potential? What is the core reason why we cannot see this potential uh, is there with us, and why we could not unleash it? Why it is so that we play small? Now, the beliefs that we carry right from childhood is definitely one of the factors. But let me just give you another perspective about the beliefs. And this perspective is all about experiences about these beliefs. Now, whatever we believe in, we get the similar experience. If we believe the world is bad outside, we get similar experience. If we believe that world is supportive from outside, we will always see that the support from outside is always coming in. If you believe that we are not good enough, you'll get experiences about that belief that I'm not good enough, and you will find out all the ways so that you believe that I'm not good enough. There are very small hidden beliefs that we are not able to capture it on a day-to-day basis. But how do we capture it? How do we understand that these beliefs are stopping us? Okay, so let's do this experience in this short meditation that I'm going to talk about. Now, this meditation is not something which is a so-called meditation, but this is something that we want to do it and experience right now with ourselves, and how we are able to awaken the inner thing so that we are playing our game fully. So I'm going to play, not a play, but I'm going to just do a guided meditation with you. So I'm going to ask you to put your phone, if you are having a phone, I will ask you to put your phone on the airplane mode. And if you're using the Wi-Fi, you just use the Wi-Fi if you are using the phone for attending this program. So the other thing is, I also would like you to be at a place where there are no noises and there are no external noises. So I just want you to be there for a while, where you're sitting, you're not laying down, you're sitting, and you are just listening to how I'm giving you the instructions. Listen to the instructions, and this is how you want to play a game. तो आप जो भी सुनेंगे अभी, आप मेरी बात को जैसे भी ध्यान से सुनेंगे, उसको उसके हिसाब से हम चलेंगे. तो आप छोटा सा एक मेडिटेशन करने वाले हैं, तो ब्रीफ मेडिटेशन. You will understand how the limiting beliefs are something which are troubling us. So take a long deep breath and breathe out. And once again, take a long deep breath and breathe out. And imagine yourself that you are in a lift, and this lift is on the 17th floor, and you can see the 17th floor number outside the lift, and you are entering the lift, and you are closing the lift now. The lift is going down, and now you're on the 15th floor. The lift opens up. There is a noise of opening up, and you see the 15 number outside the pillar, outside the lift, and on the pillar. And the lift closes, the lift goes down. You're on the 13th floor. It opens up. The lift makes noise as it opens up, and you see the number of the pillar outside the lift, 13, and go down. And it is now ninth floor. Lift opens up. See the ninth number. Goes down. And now you're on the seventh floor. Lift opens up. See the number 7. Lift closes now. It goes down, down, down. And you're on the ground floor. And as you move out of the lift on the ground floor, you enter a park. And on that park, you see a big canvas is there. And on that canvas, there are a lot of sheets there, a lot of sheets pasted over there. And beside that canvas, you have a place, big hole, where there's a big hole, just like there is a tire there, the tire hole, where you can put things in that hole. Now, on that canvas, you are seeing a lot of limiting things in your life. This is something that I cannot do. I'm too old for this. I'm too young for this. What you got to do is take out those pieces on the paper which are written over there, and put that paper into that hole. The hole is so big and huge, it just vanishes away. The paper vanishes away. So again, you're seeing another limiting belief coming up on the screen, on the piece of paper. It will be written over there, whatever you're thinking about yourself that is holding you back, just seeing there, written over there, and you're just taking out the paper and putting in that hole. You're actually using your hands to take out that paper from that canvas and put it in the hole. Again, you're seeing another limiting belief coming up. मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, मैं कर नहीं सकता, I cannot do that, I have a problem, I have a health issue, people don't support me, government don't support me, policies are unsupportive, office politics, my health challenge. So whatever is coming on this paper as a limiting belief, just taking out the paper and folding it and putting that hole. Again, you see another piece of written thing on the paper. So whatever your limiting beliefs that you have, just seeing on that sheet written. Moment you think about that limiting belief or playing small, you will see that on that paper written over there. All you got to do is to take your hand up, put it on, take out the paper and put it in the hole. आपको कुछ नहीं करना, बात कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसी चीज की बात है कि आपको क्या चीज होल्ड कर रही है, उसको निकालना है और उस होल में डाल देना. Take out again, once again. See what's coming up for you. Whatever is coming up, just take your hand up, take that paper off of the canvas and put it in the hole. Once again, you see another thing coming up. Just take out that thing from there and put it in that hole. The hole is so big that whatever you are putting in the hole just goes away. The paper goes away, goes off you. There's nothing on the paper now. And the moment you are comfortable now, just you can open your eyes. Okay, so you're all are done, if you all are done, then open your eyes. And if you would like to share anything, then unmute yourself and share. If you want to do something on chat, write something on chat, what's your experience, you can write on the chat box. So whatever is coming up for you, please write on the chat box or unmute yourself and share.
Um, Hello and Sat Sri Akal, Vinay.
Yes.
Okay, so I actually very peaceful. Although I lost a close family friend, two family friends within the gap of 1 week. My friends related to my best friends, but I'm still at peace with myself. I create thanks to hypnotherapy, thanks to Maven, thanks to everything that I do. Everything I do was healing, and I create space for serenity to grow, and I give permission to pause and create peace in every space I enter. By saying that I'm an angel with a beautiful soul, I create inner peace
Okay.
and being joyful. Although sometimes I have to release out my emotions.
Okay.
That's normal, right? Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Rajvin. Anybody else would like to share anything?
Thank you, Vinay. It was really wonderful meditation. Thank you. Because
Okay.
we don't,
Cool.
really think about it.
So thank you for sharing, Shabana. Now this meditation is not just a meditation; it's also something to do with our limiting beliefs. There's a lot of limiting beliefs that keeps coming up. More than 60,000 thoughts. It comes our way from morning till evening, or till time when we go to sleep. So all you got to do is to be aware of, is this thought a limiting thought, or is this thought which is giving me some power? So you got to choose those thoughts which is more meaningful for you. Now, when you do this activity, this is the first step where you are aware of your limiting beliefs, that what stops you to play fully in the game of life. That is the first and most important step, which is called awareness. You are most of the people are not even aware that these are the limiting beliefs. This is something that stops us every day and every moment of life, and we keep on blaming the destiny from blaming people and circumstances around us. But the most important fact is that this is the limiting belief that's stopping me. And and when we are aware of these limiting beliefs, this is something which is stopping me. We then stop that blame, stop that challenge, stop that beating around the bush, or stop beating our own self. We just go out and start playing the game. So that is the first and most important part, which is called awareness. The second part that is more interesting in unleashing or awakening the human potential, as I've said, it is all about taking things out, not adding the capability. Capability, you already have it. Capability, you already have it, and capability is so immense. Now, why capability is so immense? Because when we see as an individual, we see that I am different, you are different, and everybody around is different. But the most important part is that our capability is not defined by our own body mind mechanism. So we are a part of the universe. We are the part of the universe. We are the part of the big, huge universe who are who are playing every game of our life, while we are connecting the pieces of not within ourselves, but also connecting with other people, other beings, nature, connecting with other people. And we are the part of the whole planet. So the capability is not limited to your own specific body mind mechanism limitation. So capability is huge, and that is invisible for us. So once we believe that this is something um, which is possible for me, and that is only possible when you are aware of the limiting beliefs. All we have to take out, remember, all we have to take out the unwanted pieces from that, the whole sculpture of who we are. हमें तो लगता है कि हम एक लिमिटेड बीइंग है, लेकिन हम एक वास्ट है. हमें लगता है क्योंकि हमें वही नजर आता है, सभी को वही नजर आता है, बट एक्चुअली वी आर वास्ट पीपल of the whole potential of the universe. हम उसी के पार्ट ही हैं, हम उसी के हिस्से ही हैं. And when we are connected to that universe, then the whole potential gets to that part which is called awakening. That is the first part, is being aware of who we are. Playing who we are, not adding capabilities, not adding something, but just uncovering of who we are not. When we are uncovering who we are not, then that's where we play the game. That's where who we are. The second part which is more important, is to create yourself. It's to create, as if when there are no limitations, what do you do to create yourself? So what do you, I mean, there are no limitations, what do you want to create? What do you want to recreate about your own self? क्या बनाना चाहते हो अपने आप? तो उसका एक विजन आपके पास होना चाहिए. वो आपको देखना है, दिस इज वेयर आई वांट टू बी next 3 years. This is where I want to be in next 1 year. This is where I want to be in next 6 months. So what is the vision that you want to have? You want to have a vision about your health, do a mental picture about the health, and vision yourself in that category. If you want to have more finances in your life, vision yourself, envision. And as the limiting beliefs comes in, अरे मैं तो बहुत बड़ा हो गया हूँ, या तो मैं बहुत छोटा हूँ भी इतना पैसा कमाने के लिए, या तो मेरी मेरी बीमारी इतनी ज्यादा बढ़ गई है, my illness and my disease is so big that I can't even walk. And there are a lot of people who have different kind of limitations. I can't even run. So how can I be healthy? How can I be fit? So these are the limiting beliefs. The first step is to be aware of these limiting beliefs, and the second step is to vision yourself where you want to be, where you want to go in the next 2 to 3 years, and forget about how you're going to go, because your capability inside is going to play with you, and you want to do whatever is available for you. But right now, there are so many clouds, so many clouds which are over us. That's why we are not able to see that what's possible for us. That's why we're saying कि इसको envision कैसे किया जाए. But envision करने से पहले पहले इसको ये देखना है कि where what are the limiting beliefs that are stopping us. That's the first important step. Second is vision yourself. When you vision yourself, again the obstacles are going to come. Again, you see the limiting beliefs. You do the similar thing. You just take out those limiting beliefs by envisioning, by visualizing that this is a piece of paper where the limiting beliefs are written. You just take out the paper and just throw it away. You want to do it, by your hand, or want to do some kind of anchor for yourself, you can start doing it. The second is vision yourself. And when you're visioning yourself, play unlimited. Play as if everything is possible for you. In the area of health, in the area of relationships, in the area of finances, everything is possible for you. Now you will argue, यार मैं तो आज मान लीजिए इतना लाख कमा रहा हूँ, मैं अगर 50 करोड़ काम करना चाहता हूँ, ये थोड़ा पॉसिबल हो सकता है. पर यहाँ पे हमें ये देखना है कि yes, why can't it be possible? There is a possibility of everything. All we got to see that, what is the limiting belief that's stopping me. Play like that game. Play a game like that. जब आप उसकी तरह खेलते हो, जब उसकी तरह गेम खेलते हो, then you will understand there's so many possibilities which open up for you. So many things that opens up for you. कुछ भी खेलना चाहते हो आप उसको पूरा का पूरा खेल सकते हो. All you got to be aware of your own self, playing who you really are and not who you are not. Your limiting beliefs and your challenges are not something which are giving you an image of this is who you are. आप कौन हो आपको पता ही नहीं कि आप कौन हो. अब वो पॉसिबल कब है? जब आप अपने सारे के सारे लिमिटिंग बिलीव्स को निकालते हैं, अनवांटेड पीसेस को निकालना शुरू करो, और कुछ नहीं करोगे आप. ये ये मैं करना चाहता हूँ, ये मेरा विजन है, दिस इज माय विजन इज नेक्स्ट 3 years in the area of my finances, health, and relationships, and social relationships, and whatever. This is what my vision is. Second thing is, अरे इसके पीछे क्या स्टॉप आ रहा है, क्या रोक रहा है? लिमिटिंग बिलीफ से उसको बाहर निकाल दो. अपने आप को देख लो और बाहर निकाल दो चीजों को जो कि अनवांटेड है. उसको बाहर ही निकाल दो. अरे ये नहीं होगा, ये बहुत मुश्किल है, ये पॉसिबल नहीं है, दिस हेल्थ इज नॉट पॉसिबल, this good well-being is not possible, fullest well-being is not possible, I had some dad issue, I had some knee issue, that's not possible for me. Just take everything out, and slowly your mind and body will be aligned, and your body will do what you start believing in. So your health is not showing up because you're not believing that this health is possible. Your finances are not showing up because you're not believing that finances are possible. And what is the obstacle is just those thoughts which you have made it true by believing in it. All you got to do is just take out those limiting thoughts. That is the second step called visioning it. First is obstacles, and being aware of the obstacles, then vision yourself. And when you vision yourself, you again see those obstacles, you just take that away. The third step is to sustain yourself. You got to do some kind of ritual. कोई रिचुअल बनाना पड़ेगा आपको, मॉर्निंग का एक एंकर बनाना पड़ेगा विच कैन गिव यू अ रिमाइंडर. Maybe it can be a physical reminder in front of your screen that will show you and that show up for you. As you see my screen, this is my screen shows being, because I always want to operate from being. Doing or having अपने आप आ जाएगा. Who am I being? Powerful? Am I being courageous? Who am I being somebody who is believing in myself? This is who am I being, and everything's going to show up for me, no matter what. Similarly, you got to have some kind of ritual in the morning or when you start your day. Maybe you do some kind of, a lot of people do some kind of puja in front of the idol. वो भी कर सकते हैं आप, या कोई एक सामने अपने 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 सामने एक कोई पिक्चर रख सकते हैं, अपने बेडरूम में पिक्चर रख सकते हैं about perfect health, which can give you a reminder about your vision. And vision board का example भी है, you can also design a vision board and you can put a vision board in front of your screen or in front of your place where you sleep. The first thing you have to do is to see that vision board for yourself. That is, the third step is do some kind of ritual and believe in that particular ritual. That this ritual is something who I am. शुरू में लगेगा कि यार मैं तो वो नहीं हूँ. But as you progress, you will see how those pieces, unwanted pieces, have gone forever. And how that awakening is there for you of who you really are. The point is very simple. Who you really are is not what you believe. Who you really are is who you exist as your presence. That's it. जो भी आपके मन में थॉट आ रहे हैं about yourself, about the people, about the situations, about the circumstances, is not somebody who you are. Who you are is your core being, which is there for you, which is there with you, and you are somebody who is connected with the whole entire universe. And when you're connected with the entire universe, you're not alone actually. You are connected. Right now, when you are listening this conversation, you are connected with not only this screen, but you're also connected with the environment. You're connected with all other beings which you are not in, which is not in your attention zone. You are still connected, right? And there are many examples. There are many stories that you can go on in the internet, which can give you that belief, the core belief that I am not alone. I am connected. I'm a part of the universe intelligence. There is an intelligence in the universe, and you are a part of it. And you got to experience it. I mean, if I'm saying it, if you read on the internet, you will not be able to believe. You have to experience it. And that is one example that I've shown to you, wherein you can do the meditation and you can take out the unwanted pieces uh, in a way which can make you believe that this is something I am not. And actually you are not that way. So all the thing that you got to do is you have to put it in experience so that you can start believing it and put it in action, so that when you put more things into action, more you start believing it, more you start experiencing it. And that's why I was asking you to do the third step, which is called the ritual. So do many rituals. If you, I mean, there is a ritual where you contribute to people's life. There's a ritual where you go to any religious place and do your services. There, in Sikh community, there is a ritual where they do seva. So, आपका क्या ritual है? This is something you can start believing in. When you start doing it, you start believing in it, and you start believing in it, you are actually experiencing the vision. Experiencing the vision means that this is how you can awaken the hidden potential which is there for us. So much of hidden potential you cannot imagine, right? So this is all I'm going to talk about today, and I would invite any questions anybody has it, because this is a very vast topic. This is a very deep topic. I've just tried to just pitch in today, talk about it, and let's see how it shows up for you. But if you have any questions right now, you want to share anything, want to have any to say anything about the whole topic, you're most welcome to talk about it. Yes, sure, Mr. Anulesh, yeah, please go ahead.
Hi,
Hi,
good morning, Vinay. Hi,
good morning.
thank you so much. I am really happy to attend this session because it's not that I have not been trying to see what exactly the universe is all about. So it's pretty much clear. I practice Nichiren Daishonen's Buddhism, and I understand that if to form a habit, you have to do something. The 21-day formula, you have
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
consistently, work
yeah,
on that. So I have tried making vision boards. I've tried helping other people understand what kind
yeah.
of experiences I have experienced, but it's difficult for me to make them believe. So sometimes I say, fine, whatever I've done in life, like let's say you're saying about the obstacle, the limiting belief. I'm really impressed and happy you shared the example of the elephant and the rope, because that's the go-to example I keep on telling people. That it is your own thought process which will be your biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
So 21-day formula, a 90-day formula for for changing your lifestyle. It has happened to me. I have made my own testimonials. I've shared my experiences, but then
Wonderful.
sometimes it's difficult for other people to accept and believe it. Like
Yeah,
I've got a couple of friends in my Buddhist community itself, but it becomes
yeah.
very difficult for them to believe that. So how and what do you suggest? Can be an example for them to accept or
Yeah,
believe that,
yeah,
because
that's a very
you're of course sharing wisdom. You're of course sharing golden pieces of wisdom. Okay,
yeah.
and somebody he or she who takes and accepts that part of knowledge, that wisdom, is definitely going to be achieving, and it's going to be for their own betterment, is what I'm trying to say. But if
That's
somebody
right.
is not wanting to accept and choose it, how exactly do I convince them or tell them, or in different ways? I
Okay.
don't want to be like a guru that I know every single thing. I want to just take a second perspective, second
Yeah, yeah.
opinion from you on what exactly can be done.
Yes. So, Analish, first of all, thank you for sharing it, and thank you for who you are, and that talks about your compassion towards people, that you really want people to come out of their obstacles, and so so the first major obstacle of you not able to make them believe is to not shunning that belief that you got to do something about them. So the first thing is, the first and foremost obstacle can be that the very thought that you are going to do something for them so that they can start believing in the whole structure. That is the first major obstacle. And that is the first
Understood.
limiting belief. अरे मुझे सब कुछ करना है यार, मुझे बताना है उनको, मुझे इनको believe दिलाना. Everybody has their own journey of moving in up the ladder in the life. And yes, what you are and who you are can inspire them, but you cannot make them believe through your words. You can inspire them through your actions, and then leave everything. So this is what my
True,
suggestion.
true. I agree with you. Yes, I agree with you, because I also believe that okay, I can bring the horse to the pond, but I can't force him to drink water.
Absolutely.
I also have been thinking that also.
Maybe the horse
So
is
I
not
keep
thirsty
on
at that
praying
point in
that
time.
okay, one fine day. Probably it's not that time. It's not thirsty. So that is it. So I become, like you just said, I become passionate, and then it's my innate desire to see the other person happy. Because if it has
Yes,
worked for me, why can't the other person put that little bit of effort, and then just
yes, yes,
experience that okay, this can help somebody. It can definitely help the other person also. So thank
yes,
you, Vinay.
yes. Thank you, Naresh, for sharing it. The other thing that's coming up for me right now is to create that thirst within other people, and create an environment of thirst. If there is an environment of thirst, people will feel, okay, yes, I'm also thirsty. So this is also something that you can start doing it. Great.
True.
So
So thank you.
thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Vinay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then when you share these kind of things, it gives me a lot of power from inside. Somebody is listening and somebody is also being aware of the whole thing. So
No,
that
there's a power cut here, so I don't want to go on the camera. I'm on data. There's a power cut which has happened. It rained here, and that's
okay.
my camera is switched off at the process. But I'm attentively listening to you.
I got it. I completely got it. Thank you so much. So who else want to share other than Rajvin? Rajvin already has shared. I think there are a lot of people who joined late. Shabana, you want to share before we end this conversation? So, anyways, so towards the end, this is how I conclude. You can start a practice of writing your limiting beliefs and then immediately not believing in them. Without believing in them, just take out that piece of paper and tear it down and do that kind of ritual. That is also a beginning point for you to start. The second thing is that the way you start is get up in the morning or probably at any point in time where you give yourself a minimum 30 minutes or 40 minutes of envisioning your life. Who you going to be in next 30 days, who going to be in next 1 year, who you going to be in next 3 years. Envision that. And when you are envisioning it, you will get a lot of thoughts of ये कैसे हो सकता है, ये तो पॉसिबल नहीं है. उसी पेपर के पीछे जहां पे आप एनविजन कर रहे हो, उसके पीछे आप उनके ऑब्स्टिकल्स लिखना शुरू कर दो. और ऑब्स्टिकल्स लिखोगे, आफ्टर यू राइटिंग ऑब्स्टिकल्स, जस्ट क्रॉस दिस ऑब्स्टिकल. This is not something which is going to happen. And this is how you start living a life of an awakened being. Who you are, who's awakened being. Who's awakening the potential within yourself. Each and every moment you will find those incidents. Even when you're having a conversation with people, you will find, okay, there is a limiting belief, there's a chatter inside my mind which is stopping me to share what I want to share. So yeah, a lot of things that is going to come up. So all you got to do is when you are moving towards life, when you are moving on in your life, you are only and only being aware of your this is limiting belief. I'm just taking the limiting belief off. It can take time. It can take time to uncover your limiting beliefs or uncover your potential for that matter. But the more important part is to be aware and shun off this limiting belief. With this note, I would like to end this session. Thank you, everyone who are present in this session. Thank you all who have been sharing about their own life with ease. Thank you so much. And any final words from you, Shabana, before we end this conversation? Okay, I thought, okay, right. Okay, I don't think Shabana is here anymore here. I mean, she must be occupied somewhere else. So let's end this meeting. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow again at the next edition of Consciously Positive. Bye bye.
Thank you, Vinayji. Thank you so much. Have a good Sunday.
Yes, yes, you too. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye bye.